Testing the audio. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, perfect. What's up, guys? Good morning. Um, Nothing really happened yesterday, so I didn't take any trades. So also didn't give a post-trading analysis. Um, I just did some TA. I checked the markets. We're into the London session, so I'm just going to give like a quick, quick update on Bitcoin, Matic, Sol, and gold and euro. So on Bitcoin, as I said in the previous stream, I think it was Sunday, I expected all the ranges to break to the upside, which is exactly what happened. And just because we had that model one at the bottom and the technical target was that range high. Well, we just hit the technical target and we actually SFP the range high into this 4 hour order block with imbalance. And right now, as my alert went off, we're trying to break the first structure back to bearish, right? I'll ignore this one. So we got that lower low, higher low, higher low, higher high, and now we're trying to break the market structure for the first time. Screen is a bit laggy, so bear with me. So yeah, I'm kind of looking for shorts. If we break this low, maybe come back into it, get a reconfirmation, and I'll try to short that way, aiming for these lows, maybe this inefficiency, and see from there. So I can't be bullish on Bitcoin right now. We just hit the range high, we SFP'd it, and we're trying to break market structure. It's a bearish. Okay. Matic had actually an amazing Model 1 distribution trade. These are our bread and butter setups. It was just at 1:30 at night, and then the other entry was at 4:30. Quick Model 1 with a break, and then a break with a reconfirmation here. So trade I would have taken 100%. It's in my playbook. I just wasn't awake for it. We also had that return to zone below us. So that would have been nice. But Asia is kind of taking over the trading game at the moment. On Sol also, this is still in the range here. It's just that the range is not looking good. And if we break the bigger structure bearish with a retest, I wouldn't be surprised to just rotate all the way back down. But I'm kind of just keeping track of Sol and Matic in case I don't get an entry on Bitcoin, and then I'll find an entry on either Sol or Matic, or maybe both if it looks really good. Then gold. Gold actually, I told you guys to watch this supply zone. Well, that was perfection. It's just that it happened Friday, on a Friday morning where I wasn't awake for it. And then I missed this short because it was Friday at 10, and then the week was gonna close, right? So I wasn't in the short here. Also, these entries right here, they were in the morning. Here, I get up at 8, so missed this short here, and then didn't take this short because I didn't know that we're gonna have this big of a follow through after breaking this local low here. Because it was just a simple break, right? And we kind of already hit the order flow objective of this model one, which would have been this range low. So we kind of dumped from there. I was expecting to just go to the range low, which is why I also had a potential long setup. Of course, at the range lows, we look for longs. And what price actually did was kind of nice. So we had this market structure that was coming down. Let me move this to the side. And then we had this range that created itself right here. So we got this range that created itself, and then we deviated it with yet another range, and kind of having our own little model one, where if you do one tap, the two tap, and the three tap, right? And then you could have entered on a fractal break in here, which would have been more risky. This would have been the safer bet. Could have shorted here, put your stop above there, and then target the range low, which was here, right? And then watch what happens when price reaches the tinier range low. Well, we dumped from there pretty significant. I don't know if it was news or not. I don't care. But yeah, we had a massive dump, and we actually ended up breaking 4 hour market structure, and I think it was also eight. Yeah, so we broke market structure for the first time, and I wouldn't be surprised to where actually we have this 12-hour order block below us, and then we have that range supply above us, where the short entry was. Um, we're creating yet another range, and we already swept the range high. So I'm definitely looking for a potential yet another one model one distribution trade, and then take it down to this low, and then see what happens from there. And from a bigger time frame perspective, you just have to be aware that yes, we broke 4 hour market structure, but if you just look at the daily time frame, this is all just one pool. So on the daily, it kind of goes like this, and price could just retrace to this 12-hour order block just to create a higher low and a higher high. So don't be fooled that everything is bearish now just because we broke 4 hour market structure. However, we do have to note down it is the first time that we're breaking 4 hour market structure. So always just watch the low time frames to confirm certain entries. But right now, I'm watching for sweep of the range low and sweep of that range high. Simple as that. If we come up like this and we sweep it and we break it, I will short this with my target being here. Okay. So that is it on gold. Euro, I was telling you guys about how this was rounding up, right? And we finally, damn, it's a bit laggy. I was telling you about this rounding bottom formation that I was getting. However, we were also kind of forming this like triangle, this retail triangle right here, and we just had a massive squeeze up just because right here, all of this is just like simple liquidity to grab, right? Simple and easy liquidity. However, we have this rounding off effect, but we also could be having some sort of like a model one distribution here as well. And oftentimes the um, first move out of like a recall pattern like this, most of the time a fake out. So we just swept all that buy side liquidity, and that's why we pumped this hard. But I wouldn't be surprised to just create a model one here, and then that this was just a fake out of the pattern, and then we just take the low from here. But probably there is not going to be a short confirmation if that was the case, just because the way we came up. If we zoom in on the lower time frame, we just absolutely pumped. There's no market structure here to break back the bearish to confirm any type of entry. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually gonna happen. That fake out and then we take the low. If this was indeed a fake out, this rounding off effect is gonna be invalidated. Which I wouldn't be surprised since we had that daily demand that we were talking about, right? This daily demand that needs to be hit if this wants to be like a good model two accumulation. We also have that distribution at the top. So we're kind of sandwiched, just trade your local ranges. Um, yeah, not really anything I can give as like a setup on Euro because we pumped it hard. Gold, easy, watching this high, watching this low, very simple plays. And Solomatic, I'm just watching it in case what Bitcoin does, and Bitcoin is kind of looking if we're gonna break that. I know it's on my chart. Kind of looking if we're gonna break that this low. If we don't break the low, is there anything I can confirm an entry on? Yeah, so if we don't break the low, we do. I don't want to call this my range just because I don't like it because this was just a good break. So this will be my new range, where the main market structure high from an internal perspective would be like this. So In that case, we would need to break this high, potential rotation back up. Um, and zooming more in, you would need to break this high. So I'm gonna have those highs on my chart, you know, see if we can break them to maybe expect somewhat of a reversal back up towards the high, and then sweeping this liquid, sweeping this liquidity. Okay. And otherwise, we're gonna look for that short and then that RMC play. Okay, that's kind of it. Quick update. I'll also post if I see more. Peace.